Well, the Greens have claimed victory in the inner Brisbane seat of Maywa, putting Michael Berkman on track to becoming the first elected Green in the history of Queensland state politics. Allyson Horn joins me now from Brisbane. And Allyson, just how significant is this development?
Well, I think it shows that across the state there's a very sort of fractured vote in terms of what's happening in the electorate. We've seen that the Labor and the LNP parties have both suffered significant losses in terms of their primary votes, and we're seeing parties like the Greens who are now getting a foothold. As you just mentioned, this would be the Queensland Greens' first ever elected member of Queensland Parliament, which is quite a significant step not only for the party but also for the state in terms of the political movement here. Now, Michael Berkman, he is an environmental lawyer, and he ran on a platform of several things, including banning corporate donations, of trying to scrap the Adani coal mine in central Queensland, and also trying to improve public housing and affordable housing for people in his electorate. Now, this was it was a very safe LNP seat, but there was a redistribution of the electorates around Queensland, and it did sort of move the boundaries of where that seat was. And this seat, Maywa, is actually a newly formed seat. And as we've seen here, a very comfortable LNP member, a senior member who was a minister in the Newman government, who was a shadow minister under Tim Nicholls. Well, now he has lost his job and it is likely to be claimed by the Greens. Michael Berkman this morning has said that he is incredibly humbled to have been given this opportunity. Of course, we are still waiting for the official declaration from the Electoral Commission of Queensland, but at the moment the Greens are claiming victory in that seat.
So, Allyson, can you bring us up to speed as to where the Queensland election count is up to?
Well, it's a bit of a stalemate still at the moment. We're now, I think, 12 days past the election and there is still no official result. Both the Labor Party and the LNP are staying very quiet about making any sort of formal declaration or concession. We do know, though, however, it is impossible for Tim Nicholls to form government and the LNP. They need to get 47 seats. That would not be possible even with crossbench support. So the only real option that looks likely is Labor forming government. The ABC's election computer does have Anastasia Palaszczuk and the Labor team sitting on 47 seats at the moment, so that would give her enough to form a majority government, which is what she went with sort of to the Queensland public, asking for this mandate to have a majority government. But as I said before, there's this sort of stalemate where neither party is willing to say anything until the other one does. I've spoken to both teams this morning and they've sort of said, well, we're just waiting for the other team to say something. So you'd have to think that by tomorrow there would be some sort of formal movement given all the postal votes are now cut off. They're all being counted. Preferences are now well and truly being counted. So we would have to imagine that by tomorrow there will be enough seats formally declared that it would lead to a concession from the LNP, and then further from that a victory speech from the Labor Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk.
Allyson Horn, thanks for the update.